There's a reason why I empathize with women suffering with anxiety and depression. Haven't you ever wondered why I seem to know about it? It's not just an intellectual exercise or posting things for content. I lived through it. Because you see that thing? It's why I keep saying that, ladies, you have to identify or get help to figure out what you are worrying about. Because I didn't know. I did not know. But the thing is, when I looked back, after spending a year with a therapist in Switzerland, what I was worried about, what I had so much anxiety about, was that I was working like a jackass. I worked so hard. Long distance travel, you don't get weekends off. You attend the meetings, you do the work. I mean, I was exceptional. But nobody liked me. Hello, Pooja. I shouldn't say nobody liked me. I, like every other Trinidadian, have a big mouth. And I will never tolerate anyone trying to put anything over on me or disrespecting me. And in the corporate world, in WHO, I was one Trinidadian. And then we were two. And they complained about us two. And then we were three, and all women. And they had a lot to say about us Trinidadian women. Because when you are working in a professional environment, you see the way we grow up here, you don't tolerate that abroad. This Caribbeanness instills in us a rod of steel. And I worked my ass off. I used to work hours, long hours, multitasking like a boss and everything. And still I wasn't liked because I used to open my mouth and say what I needed to say. No holds barred. The higher-ups, meaning the director and so on, they didn't like it. I was in a particular department. It bothered me. Why? Because, one, it all reminded me of the criticism and the psychological abuse that I experienced growing up with my mother in this country of Trinidad and Tobago. Two, no matter what I did, no matter how hard I worked, there was never a thank you, good job, I surpassed the rest. They had lots of good things to say. Really, like an R-A-R-E-L-Y. They had very little to say, but they knew who could do the work when they needed the work done. And three, the constant criticism. It got to such a point that my only solace was my dog. If it wasn't for that little pug, where I would take him out and we would go walking for miles, I don't know what I would have done. It was after he died that I crashed. I didn't know what was wrong with me. I would shower in the morning and sit down in my living room. And when I turned around again, it was nighttime. I had no idea. I didn't see the hours pass. That was my reality. So I'm saying this to tell you, ladies, that I know how devastating that is. And I kept saying to myself, but something is wrong. I don't know what's wrong with me. And then they called the director of medical service and she sent me home because apparently I was doing a lot of crap in the office that particular day. All right? And that's how a few months passed until I forced myself to go out because I started thinking, okay, what is the best way to kill myself? I want it to be painless. I don't want to go in front of a tram and it just knocks me over and break bones. I don't want to, I don't take pills. Consequently, there's no way I was going to swallow any. I thought of other methods, but a knife, that would be too painful. And that's very hard to do. Consequently, what I decided was, while still thinking all these suicidal thoughts and the best way to kill myself, I went out and I happened to meet a neighbor that I hadn't seen in months. And then I just blurted out that, I need help. I don't know what's wrong with me. She was an alcoholic because she was sexually abused from very young. And she became an alcoholic at 13 years. That psychologist got to the root problem and she lost 15 years. She no longer looked 50-something. She looked 30-something. I never knew that was her real age. This is what depression does for you. Depression really is decay. You do want to kill yourself. And it is all about the doubt and the worry of people not liking you. You're wondering what people's opinions are about you. Am I doing a good job? I want better than this. I wish I could please everybody, but I can't seem to do it. And it just sinks you until gradually you go down this black hole from which there is no return unless you get help, unless you talk to somebody. That was my experience with doubt, worry, linked to other people, but for me it came right back to my abusive years in Trinidad and Tobago. The doubt and the worry changed to fear. There was no fear about losing my job. I was too good at it and that one never crossed my mind. But the fear of not being enough, the fear of people not liking me, no matter what I did. Because it had been that way all of my life. And really it just sank me, but it was time. And I'll tell you one thing, that suicidal depression was the best thing that ever happened to me. It is why I can now talk about it. I have no masks at all. I say it the way I see it. I don't give a fuck what anybody else thinks. I am, as you see me, naked. I say it and then I leave it. You don't have to like me. Ladies, I'm telling you, please talk to somebody about the anxiety that you are living. Because when you are living anxiety, that is fear. And all of those things lead to depression if you don't deal with it. Get help. You can come to this 30 Days to Thrive program that I have and have a breakthrough. A breakthrough is guaranteed. The link is down below. You can go look to see what's on offer. It doesn't matter if it's me. All I want you women to do who are suffering with various ailments and the doctors tell you there's nothing physically wrong, or you know it's anxiety and you have all these symptoms from gut issues, from anxiety, fear, sweating, constipation, all of those things, go talk to somebody and get help. Please. Namaste.